Hello random person, Sab Nino here. Welcome to the third episode of Sab Talk. I did a poll a little too early this time, and honestly I could not believe the results. They were completely all over the place. It started with Super Mario Super Show, and then Scoop was winning for a good bit, and now we got to Yuyushiki, which I'm honestly really happy for. I just finished watching the whole series, and I've been wanting to cover more anime on my channel, like, in general. I'm not that hardcore of an anime person, but the animes I have watched are pretty good. Okay, enough about my opinions on anime and the poll. Let's start. Yuyushiki kinda has like a typical slice of life anime premise. A group of girls, they go to school, they have like a club, they hang out outside of school and stuff. Your enjoyment of the anime really depends on how much you enjoy the characters. Cause in terms of the slice of life genre as a whole, if you don't care about the characters, then it kinda fails. There's Yui, who serves as the voice of reason. She's the mature one of the group. She's the one that balances out the insanity. I'm going to assume she's the main character, cause even though the trio does get an equal amount of screen time each episode, she was the one who was introduced first. There's Yuzuko, who's kind of a more cutesy one, though sometimes the things she says is just, it's insane. And the last one of the group is Yukari. She was apparently childhood friends with Yui. She's kind of similar to Yuzuko in a way, except she's definitely a lot more mellowed out. She's often kind of depicted as like being the tired one of the group. We basically have like a dynamic of two upbeat girls and one voice of reason. Their dynamic as a whole is very fun to watch. I would love to actually hang out with these characters. Just seeing them hang out and having a good time really makes me happy. Most of their interaction in the series is mostly just a casual conversation. You know, sometimes characters just mention like a random topic, like food, or there was one episode where they talked about death for half the episode. I don't think there was ever really a point I got bored of it. There are some weird stuff that gets brought up in these conversations. There was one episode where they were talking about chocolate, and then Yuzuko mentioned how she would want a chocolate version of Yui's head, and then it just eventually gets to the conclusion of, hey, what body part would you turn into chocolate? In the first episode, they were just like sitting down. I think they were eating a popsicle, and Yuzuko just kind of jumps the gun, just asks Yui, hey, can I kiss you? And then she just escalates it further by asking if she could grab her boob. Yuzuko's kind of like the wild card of the group, because I never know what to expect with her, other than what she says is probably gonna be bad. There's like a running gag where like Yui just kind of hits her or just gets mad at her over some of the dumb shit she says. At some points, I'm kind of along with her because some of the things she does say is pretty bad. Like for example, in the episode where Yui and Yukari like explain how they met as children, eventually Yuzuko just jumps to the conclusion of just telling Yui, hey, I want to see you cry like you were a kid. That's just fucking terrible. Why do you want to see her cry? Yuzuko isn't the best character, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't change her by any means because I think her weird unpredictability and sometimes terrible things she says helps with the dynamic more. And you know, there's other characters as well, like for whatever reason they call their teacher Mom. She reminds me a lot of the teacher in Nichijou. She's more timid, she is a lot more motherly. Usually when Mom shows up is when the characters are in the data processing club. I don't remember the rest of the characters all that well, because I know there was like another trio that like hung out in the background. Sometimes this show just has very weird material, but I think that's kind of what works about it. Like for example, in the second episode, Yuzuko said, just kidding, and then she followed it up by saying, just kidding, just slipped out, and they just started singing it as if it was like a jingle. And there was also this one scene, which actually introduced me to the series. I found it first on a YouTube clip, but it was a scene where Yuzuko and Yukari were just making popping sounds. It sounds like they were communicating through pops. The characters are good, the writing's good, the animation's pretty standard. I do like the stylization. It's one of those animes where it doesn't look like a typical anime. It does stand out, especially in the way they emote their characters. It's very simplistic, and that was my casual review of Yuyushiki. And overall, I'd recommend it. It's nothing to like, drop everything for and just binge through the whole thing like I did. I mostly did it because I just really wanted to talk about it. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is this your introduction to Yuyushiki? If so, comment below. I'm curious on if this video introduces new people to the franchise. With all that said, eat some mochi, watch cartoons, and drink some boba. It's all Sab from here.